Hey, babe. Did you manage to get on the plane on time? The traffic to the airport sure was crazy. I should have checked Google earlier. Please tell me you made it.
Hey, no worries, babe. Besides, guess what?
What? Oh my god! Were you upgraded to business class or something?
I wish. You did some amazing driving to get me here on time. But typical Dolga Airlines has done it again and is making us wait for another 2 hours.
What? Seriously, you have to use some other airline, honey. Every single time you go on a business trip, you always get either detoured or canceled on.
Hey, at least they give points for compensation and we get to use them on our holidays, right?
Yeah, that's true. But my hands were sweating like Niagara Falls while I was driving.
That's a new one.
You know they have some good deals with Firefly as well. Rachel wanted to stay in Hawaii at the Marriott.
Really? Damn, that sounds kinda good. Hawaii, huh? Maybe we can go this winter. What do you think? I think I have some miles that I can use.
What? Really? That would be awesome!
Might not be able to stay at the Marriott, but at least the flights will be free.
Yes, yes, yes! Sorry, Dolga Airlines, for beating you down.
I guess I will keep using Dolga then.
But wait. I'm thinking maybe we should go some other time.
Why? Winter is the best time I can arrange my days off. Is there something going on that I've missed?
No, nothing planned. I'm just a bit worried about my mom. It's the festive season, and since Dad's passed away, she may feel a bit lonely being by herself and all.
Oh, of course, you're right. Well, maybe we can have her come along too. What do you think? A family vacation in Hawaii.
What? For real? Are you serious? You're okay with that?
Of course I'm okay with it, babe. Your mom deserves going somewhere warm during the bitter cold weather in Chicago.
But wouldn't that turn out to be a lot? Can we afford that much?
Babe, don't worry. It'll work thanks to the points I've saved up with my business trips all over the country.
Really?
I mean, we won't be able to do anything fancy, but I have enough points to get a decent discount from Holiday Inn. And as for the flights, we can cover for both of us with my mileage points that I've earned from Dolga. We will just need to buy an extra ticket for your mom. You know, I think it should be her birthday present. It's coming up next week, right? What do you think?
Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you! That would be amazing, Derek. She would love it. I'm so lucky to have you as my hubby. Mwah!
Love you too. Miss you already.
Aw, you're so sweet.
I'll call you when I get to the hotel after work. Let's try and get the dates fixed for the vacation. If we buy tickets and rooms now, it should be more affordable.
Okay, got it. I will try checking my mom's calendar later. She should be free, but, you know, just in case.
Good thinking.
Oh, talking about a call. Some unknown number tried calling us multiple times on the phone.
On the phone? You mean the landline?
Yeah. When I got back after dropping you off, the phone was blinking. I think it's a man judging from the sign on the phone, but he didn't leave a message. Any idea who it could be? Were you expecting anyone to call you? 'Cause I don't recognize the voice.
I have no idea who it could be. I mean, who would even call a landline number?
Same thought I had. It's strange, but I think he called 5 times.
5 times? Seems like he's desperate. Can't you call back and check who he is?
I tried, but like I said, the number was unknown and the phone couldn't call back. Let's see if he calls again. And good thing we kept that phone. I guess Mom was right about keeping the landline.
Yeah. Who knew people still use it?
Hopefully the next time he calls, I can pick up the phone. Or maybe we should record an answering machine message letting people know how to contact us on our hand phones?
Nah, I don't think we should do that. I don't like the thought of broadcasting our numbers to people we can't see.
True. Anyways, we'll let you know if he calls back.
Thanks, babe. Okay, I need to get on a call soon. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, dear. Love you lots.
Me too.
Babe, I know you're on the plane and won't see this yet, but the guy called again and I managed to answer. He said his name's Larry and wanted to talk to you. Didn't tell me anything about what it was. Said he had to talk to you in private. I gave him your number. Hope you don't mind. Mwah.
Hello, Derek. My name's Larry Huntsman. Your father. I got your number from your wife. I would have preferred to talk to you through the phone, but I guess texting is better for you folk. You? You're the one who called us this morning? How the hell did you get our house number? How dare you try contacting me? You just left me and Mom in the dumps. Do you know how hard it was for us? Derek, please calm down. Please listen to what I have to say. No, I'm not going to listen to whatever you have to say. You're dead to me. You never contacted us. You never tried checking in on us. You basically deleted us off your books. I will not allow you to barge into my life now. Mom's dead. Did you know that? She died 5 years ago. You never even lifted a finger to even write your condolence. I know, I'm sorry. But I had my reasons. And trust me, I tried real hard to contact both of you. You and your mom. But she moved states and it became impossible to find you. I'm sorry, especially for making you have a hard time. It must have been awful. I'm sorry. But please just give me a chance to explain things and at least get to know each other a bit more. I may not be able to be a father figure now, but at least we can tie some knots in our relationship. No, I'm fine just the way we are now as strangers. You cheated on Mom. You humiliated her. You humiliated us. That's why we moved states. Please, Derek. That's not true. Let me explain. Are you calling me and Mom a liar? You cheated. I know you did. The looks we got in the neighborhood those days said it all. Even my goddamn teachers were not looking at me in the eye after you disappeared. I don't know who you cheated with, but whoever you cheated with brought shame to us. Even a 9-year-old like me could see that. So no, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want to give you another chance. I don't want to have any kind of relationship with you. Don't contact me again. Nor my wife. As far as I'm concerned, you left my life and there is no coming back. You've already caused enough trouble and trauma in my life. I don't want to open that part of my life again. Please don't be like this. Please give me a chance to redeem myself, Derek. Happy birthday, Dorothy. You're as young as ever.
Oh, thank you, dear. You're charming as always.
Thanks. And sorry I couldn't come over today with Sophie. They called me up from work last minute and I couldn't get them to reason with me for our Monday morning meeting.
Don't worry. I explained to Mom about it. It's not your fault they don't have early flights to Dallas tomorrow.
Yeah, but it sucks to leave you guys on such an important day. And on a Sunday.
It's okay, dear. At your age, building your career up is important. If you've got to go, you need to go. That's all there is to it. I've heard from Sophie you've been traveling a lot lately. She says you're getting promoted for all big projects you're handling. I'm proud of you, dear.
Oh, now you're just making me embarrassed. But I promise when I get back, I will take you out for dinner. Anywhere you like.
Oh, that's not necessary, dear. You should save up so you can pay that mortgage instead of wasting money on me. Seeing you two thrive is the best present I can wish for.
Oh, Mom, come on. Let's treat you to something for your birthday. You deserve it.
Well, I suppose we could try going to that nice Italian restaurant up the hill.
What, you mean Penelope?
Oh, come on, Mom. You deserve better. Think a bit higher. It's for your birthday.
Yes. How about a nice dinner in Hawaii?
Hawaii? I don't remember a place opening up around here with that name.
Mom, we're going to Hawaii together. We're taking you with us. This is our present to you. It was Derek's idea.
What? Hawaii? You're taking me to Hawaii?
Yes. Not now, though. We're going in December.
No! I can't accept this. This is too much. Hawaii? Really?
Oh, come on, Mom. It'll be fun. It'll be good to take a break from the cold weather around here in Chicago. You've never been to Hawaii, right? It'll be fun.
Oh my. Really? Hawaii? Oh, thank you. Both of you. You know it was one of the places I wanted to go with Fred. He said he would take me someday. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, children.
Oh, Mom, now you're going to make me cry.
Oh, thank goodness you like it.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. But it must have been expensive being near the festive season. And the hotel. Oh, it's going to cost a fortune with 3.
Please, Dorothy, don't worry about that. We've got it all planned out. Everything is fine.
But still, please don't do something reckless like this again. You need to save up money for later. You two have just started your journey being married to each other, and what will happen if you have children later? You two will need the money.
Mom, don't worry. Derek and I are saving some money. We are grown adults, you know. We can take care of ourselves and our budget.
Exactly. So don't worry about us, but worry about what you're going to take and do in Hawaii. We can plan it the next time we go eat at Penelope.
Thank you, kids. I'm so happy. Really, I'm blessed having you two. I could never wish for more.
Love you, Mom. And happy birthday again. Derek and I will come by on Friday.
I will call up Penelope to make reservations for us.
Thank you, dears. I will be looking forward to seeing you two.
Love you, Mom.
I got on the plane. Can't wait to see you.
You miss me, babe? Don't worry, I've got something ready for you when you get home.
Woohoo!
But other than that, I've also got this letter for you as well. It has important stamped on it.
Who's it from?
Not sure. Do you want me to open it and send pics to you?
Well, now you've got me interested. Send me the pics of the letter. Might as well read it now rather than stressing myself out on the plane.
Got it. Hold on a sec.
Dear Derek, it's Larry, your father again. I'm sorry for upsetting you the other day. I understand that I took you off guard. I know you didn't want to talk to me last time, and I get it, but I was really hoping you would change your mind. So I tried. I should have tried earlier. You're now 28 and probably blooming with opportunities. I see that you have settled down, and I wish you all the luck and happiness you can get. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you when you were younger. If I could go back in time and change things, then I would. I'm sorry about what happened. At the time, we let our emotions and pride get the better of us. But now, looking back, it all seems so trivial. I wish I could go back and be a better father and husband. Things are bad for me right now. I've been diagnosed with cancer and I don't have long left on this world. I've been receiving treatments, but I'm not sure it's going to be completely effective in solving the cancer. We can hope for the best, but we should also prepare for the worst. I know I haven't spoken to you for 20 years, but I think now is the time to try and get back in touch with you. I know you have your own life, and I know you have things to deal with, but I want you to know that you were always in my mind and in my heart. I divorced your mother, and then I was sent to prison under a false charge. Divorce was one thing, but I think your mother couldn't handle the fact that I was sent to prison. She probably thought if I still had ties with you, it would affect her future. I believe that's why she moved states. After several years, the police finally admitted they made a mistake and released me from prison. I was awarded $300,000 in compensation, and I used the money to start a business. I tried contacting you two, but your mother concealed your whereabouts after moving. I felt miserable and alone. I hated myself. I never married nor had children after getting out of prison. I messed up bad once with relationships, and I didn't want to do it again. So I just focused on my business. It was everything to me. The only thing tangible that I had. The business was very successful, and now I have a huge amount of assets. Despite the chemotherapy, it's evident that I don't have much time left. I need to find someone to leave the assets to. I want to leave them to you, son. You're the only person I care about most in the world. The times we played football out on the yard when you were young are still my favorite moments of my life. I kept wondering, did you ever end up joining a football team in high school? Did you pick up some other interests or hobby at school? I wish we could have talked earlier. I wish I could have found you sooner. But alas, life is harsh sometimes. Not everything goes your way. I'm sorry for everything I've done, and I hope this can help to make up for the pain I put you through. If I had another chance in life, I promise I would have been a better father and a better husband. I hope we can talk one last time. I will leave my number below. Please call when you can. I'll also give you the number for my lawyer. If something happens, he will be the one contacting you to pass on your inheritance. His name is Richard Gibbs. You can trust him. He's been with me more than 10 years now. I just hope I can talk with you one last time before Rich has to intervene. It may sound strange to you now, but I love you, son. Yours truly, Larry.
Oh my god. Your dad's sick? And he's planning to give all his money to you? Oh my god, honey!
Seriously, Sophie? You only took that from this letter?
No, of course not. Sorry that came out wrong. Derek, are you okay?
No. I don't know. It's so... sudden. I'm just lost. I need time to process this.
We can call, honey.
Can't. The plane's starting to move.
I'll leave work early today to pick you up from the airport, okay?
Thanks, Soph. That'll be helpful.
See you, babe.
Hey, Dad. I got your letter. Come on, Dad. Pick up. Please. Hello, Derek Huntsman. This is Richard Gibbs. Your father, Larry's lawyer. Oh no. Don't tell me. I missed him. I tried calling, but he's not picking up. It seems like you got his letter. I'm sorry to say this, Mr. Derek, but your father passed away this morning at 9:43 a.m. I'm sorry. Was it painful? Did he die in peace? Where is he now? Is there any chance I can at least see him before his funeral? Will there be a funeral? Yes, there will be a funeral. A few of his close friends are currently arranging it. I will pass on the details as soon as they're fixed. I see. And where is he now? Which state? In New York. I will send you the details later, so it will be easier for you to arrange your travels if you're planning to come. Thanks. I will definitely be there. I feel terrible for shutting him off like that, without even giving him a chance. Don't worry. Your father was very understanding in that sense. Even though you two never talked properly, he was still very happy to have found you and was extremely happy to know you were married and had a good life. What kind of person was he? You were close to him, right? He was a great man and founded a great business. Everyone here respected him and will miss him. Also, I want to let you know that he was thinking about you until the very end of his life. Even after his death, he still wants to do his best for you. I feel terrible. He tried to reach out to me, and I was an ignorant jerk. If I had listened to even a bit of his story, we could have shared something. I know he said he wanted me to inherit his assets and everything, but I really don't think I deserve any of it. Mr. Derek, we all have regrets in life. It's easy to look back and wish you'd done things differently. But time and life will always go forward. The best thing you can do now is accept Mr. Larry's will. This was his dying wish, and the thing that will make him happy. Like I said before, you were always on his mind. Accepting his will is the best thing you can do to assure he rests in peace, knowing that all his hard work to redeem himself was fulfilled. Redeem himself, huh? What was his story, do you know? Can you tell me? He mentioned about going to prison in the letter he sent. He was accused of a crime he didn't commit and was sent to prison. It's true he cheated on your mother. But the lady he was flirting with turned out to be a thief and set your father up as the one who committed the crime. It was hard for him, but he kept fighting to clear his name, and eventually he won. He maintained his innocence for many years, and eventually he got what he wanted. Meanwhile, your mother filed for a divorce. Since in the early years, during his trial, it seemed impossible for him to be innocent. Your mother didn't want you to go through the trauma of having a convict as a father. Your father didn't blame her. He served time in prison, but then he was cleared of all wrongdoing. He went through hard times, but he managed to make a name for himself after being released from prison. After prison, he learned programming and made amazing software and systems for tech companies. We all respect him for carrying on, even when he knew his life was short. He was so worried that his wealth would not be passed on to you. He couldn't rest until he found you. He told me that if he was to pass away before this was sorted out, that I should do everything I can to find you. I'm happy that he at least got a chance to see a glimpse of your life before he died. I don't think I can accept the money. I don't think I deserve it. What am I supposed to do? He worked so hard for all of this, and I don't deserve to inherit it from him. I was cold to him when he contacted me. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't realize that he was wrongly sent to prison. I should have given him a chance to explain himself. If you don't inherit his wealth, then it will betray his dying wish. He wanted you to have the money. Please, you can't reject it. He couldn't sleep, eat, or drink worrying about it. Please accept his will, Mr. Derek. Well, I guess I will accept. A wise decision, Mr. Derek. There is a lot of money and some property that you will inherit. It will be your job to manage it, but I can help you with that if you want. The total value of all the assets is probably going to be about $20 million. $20 million? Are you serious? What am I going to do with all that money? It's up to you what you want to do with it. You can get financial advice if you're not sure. But it's so much. He put all his efforts into his work to make sure he could pay you back someday. He knows that he caused you so much pain during his life, and the least he could do is to help you like this after his death. Dad, I wish I could have at least said thanks. Once you come to New York for his funeral, we can discuss the details of his will and the inheritance. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the help, Mr. Richard.
Is the process nearly over? Is it all done? Are we really going to inherit all that money? I can't believe this is all happening at the moment. Thank you so much to your dad. What a great guy he was.
Yeah, I just finished talking about the details with Richard. He told me that the process is going to be completed very soon, and then we would have access to the money.
We're going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams! What an amazing stroke of luck.
I know it's a lot of money, but I'm sorry, Soph. I can't feel the same excitement as you right now. I still feel like a jerk.
Oh. Well, how could you have known? Don't be so hard on yourself, babe. Look to the future. Your dad would have wanted you to do that. Don't regret the past. Now think. What are we going to do with all that money? I think we should at least upgrade our vacation to Hawaii, right? We could stay at a much better hotel than plain old Holiday Inn, don't you think? Or maybe we can cancel Hawaii and just go to a different continent. Like Europe! You always said you wanted to go to France and Spain.
Hold on, babe. Slow down. I don't know what I'm going to do with the money. I want to use it wisely. I keep thinking of my dad. It's my dad's hard-earned money that he put so much thought into. I don't want to go on and spend that money on a whim and on random things. Let's keep the vacation to Hawaii as it is. He worked so hard to earn it, so I really feel like I should do my best to spend it on something useful.
Don't let it bother you. Your dad left you all that money and he wants you to be happy. There's nothing wrong with having a little fun. You're not blowing it all on luxuries. It's just a vacation or two. I think he'd be happy if he knew you were having a nice time.
Maybe. I don't know, Soph. I just don't feel comfortable using it at the moment.
Okay. I get it. You need time. You just sit on it and have a good think about it. But really, with that money, we can do anything. I know I shouldn't be, but I'm really excited.
Sophie, please. Can we not talk about this right now? I'm really not in the mood. I want to clear my mind up first.
Fine, sure. I'll wait. Just like always.
What? What is with the attitude? I just said give me time. We will talk about it. I promise, okay?
Fine. Okay.
Derek, dear, how are you holding up? It must have been a hell of a week for you with your father's funeral and everything. How about you come over to my place and I fix you up with some Dorothy's special stew?
Thanks, Dorothy. That's really kind of you. But at the moment, I really would prefer to stay alone for a bit. I'm sorry. Please give me some time.
Look, sweetie, things happen. And sometimes you may regret it, but more than a week has passed and you need to stand back up again. I must say, Sophie is a bit upset that you're staying cooped up in your study these days. You really need to move on, dear. Now come over. Look, Sophie's heading here after work too. You should come as well.
Please, Dorothy. Not tonight. I will study with Sophie on Saturday. Is that okay? Again, thank you for your kind invitation. And sorry to make you worry about Sophie as well. I'll talk to her today when she gets back.
You're a good boy and thoughtful too, but really, I suggest you stop brooding over this matter and come. We have matters to discuss.
Sorry, but I lost my father, who I didn't even have a chance to talk to. And I'm now learning about all the things he did and what kind of life he had. The matters that you want to discuss, what are they? Can it possibly wait till Saturday?
Look, I don't want you to take it the wrong way. It's not easy losing a parent. I understand. But you married my daughter, and that means we are all together no matter what.
Yes, I agree. Thank you for the support.
You spent a lot of money on the wedding and also a lot of money buying things for the home. You've done a lot, and I really appreciate it. Sophie is very happy with you. I know that when your mother passed away, you didn't have much left for family, and that it was hard for you. I accept this, and I've always sympathized with you. And that's why I always saw you as my real son.
Okay. Thank you, Dorothy. But is there something else you wanted to discuss about?
Yes, there is something. Now that you've inherited all that money, I was hoping that you could be a little bit more generous with us. We are family, right? I think it would be wise to use that money to upgrade our lives as a family more.
Okay, I see. So the important matter you wanted to talk about was the money I inherited?
Yes, exactly. It's not like I don't trust you, dear, but I just thought it would be good to decide on how that money will be used before it goes to waste.
I wasn't planning to waste the money.
Oh? So, do you have a plan? Because Sophie doesn't seem to be aware of anything. If you have anything in mind, let me know. I have lived my life to learn a few things about finances. I might be able to help with your ideas.
Thanks, Dorothy, but I actually don't have any ideas at the moment.
Ah, well, perhaps you could hear some of my ideas.
Sure, why not? It's important for you to let me know, right?
Yes, it absolutely is. The first and most important thing is the house I'm living in. It's a bit old and not the best quality. Some new apartments have been built in town, and I'd really love to live in one. I know the price is high, but now with the money we have, we can afford it. Think of it as an investment. You can buy it in your name or perhaps put it under Sophie's name so she can also have something to say as hers. Also, I was thinking perhaps you could talk with Sophie and let her quit her job. I'm old and lonely. It would be nice to have her come over more. Hopefully it won't be the case, but I am getting old and will need some help in a few years too. Ah, and the holiday in Hawaii. I know you booked a place in the Holiday Inn, but really I don't see it fit for us anymore. With the money we have to fill the shoes to match our status, dear. If you're wealthy, you need to act like one.
Thanks for the ideas. I'll think about them.
Thinking about them is not enough, dear. It's better to act fast.
And why should I act so fast? What's the rush?
Well, those new apartments are selling quite fast. You wouldn't want to miss out on the investment.
I'm sorry, but buying a house is something that I don't want to rush at the moment. We already have the mortgage to pay for the current house Sophie and I bought. And Sophie quitting her job is something new. She has never mentioned it to me. And I always had the impression she enjoyed her work.
Well, she always had a dream to have her own business and studio rather than having an office job. I think with some of the money you inherited, we could get her a nice studio in the new house we buy. Then she can work from home and stay with me during the daytime. What do you think? I think it would be a win-win situation for all of us, don't you think? $20 million is a lot of money to spare. We can easily afford all of this. It would make all of us so happy.
You've really thought a lot about all this, haven't you? We'll have to see how it goes. I'm not certain what I'm going to do with all that money yet. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying we need to take things slow and see how it goes.
I understand. But remember, you're part of our family now. There's no boundary between us. If I had this much money, I would have spent it all for you and Sophie. We are family now, and we have to do as much as we can for each other while we can, right? I know that your dad would have wanted you to make us happy since you didn't have the chance to do it for your family. I'm sure you're prepared to do everything you can to make us all happy. Right?
It's not that I don't want to make you happy. It's just that I don't want to spend the money without careful consideration. I know my father would want me to spend it wisely. I can only imagine how hard it was for him to earn all that money, and I don't want to spend it without care. We could always stash that money away for our future kids as well, for example. They say raising kids now isn't easy and costs a lot. Wouldn't you want your grandchildren to have a good chance in life without worry about money?
Yes. That's all nice, dear, but there's no sign of children yet. I say we use the money wisely on things that are concrete now. Maybe buying a house is a bit too big of a scale at the moment, but what about upgrading our Hawaii trip? We could at least stay at a better hotel and perhaps upgrade our seats to first class. I am quite old, you know. My knees are awfully painful when I sit upright for too long. Or perhaps you could take us to a different country while I can still move around a bit.
I see you have a similar mindset like Sophie. Perhaps you two already talked about it, but like I said, let me think about this. Just to be clear, this money is something I inherited from my father. I am more than willing to use it wisely for our family, but please let me get my mind straight first. It's only been a week since my father died. Please.
It seems like you're trying to tell me that you're not willing to spend the money on me and Sophie. If that's what you think, then just go ahead and say it. Don't hold back. I always thought I treated you well. Just like my son. If I had a lot of cash, then I'd buy you a lot of things. It's a shame that you don't feel the same. I wish you would show some sincerity to me and appreciate all I've done for you. The least you could do is at least buy some jewelry to show your appreciation.
Dorothy, I appreciate all the kindness you have shown to me ever since Sophie and I got together. I may not have bought you exquisite things until now, but of course if you need something, I will do as much as I can to get it for you. But I don't want to spend my father's money on any old thing. I will buy you something when the time is right, but please don't suddenly heap all these demands on me. It's really not helping the situation. It was hard enough with my father dying and the whole situation around that. Please don't make it worse.
It's been a week. I waited patiently for a week. That's more than enough time to get your emotions settled.
Before I do anything, let me talk with Sophie, since she would be my immediate family at the moment. I will take your ideas into consideration, but for now, I will not make any decisions or buy anything.
You should act more like a man and take bold actions and move quickly. I gave you my wise advice, and it would have been good if you took it and acted upon it. Go ahead and talk with Sophie. See what she has to say.
What did you say to Mom? She was basically bawling her eyes out after I finished my call. At this rate, I don't think I'll come home. I think I need to stay with her to calm her down. You made her so upset. What did you say to her?
I didn't say anything wrong to her, and I have no idea why she's crying. We've been together for over 5 years now. You know me, and you know I wouldn't be rude to anyone. I'm always respectful to people, especially older people like your mother.
So why is she so upset then?
She wanted to talk about all the money I had inherited from my father. Did she tell you that?
I know it was something to do with that, but she didn't tell me the details. She only said that you flat out disagreed with her and basically told her that you didn't consider her as family.
Wait, what? Really? She said that?
Well, that's the story I got.
I never said I didn't consider her as family. She's probably upset because I didn't openly agree on spending anything she wanted from me. I told her that I would consider her ideas and would talk to you first. My father worked hard to earn this money, and I told her that I want to be careful in how I spend it. I didn't say no to her, but she just didn't understand my point of view.
Is that what the problem was all about? Couldn't you at least agree to some of her ideas?
She was talking about buying a new house for her to live in, changing our plans to Hawaii, getting her jewelry. She even suggested you quit your job since she thinks we don't need your income anymore. It was just too much all at once. I didn't know how to react. I don't have a plan for the money yet, and I want some time to think about it.
Couldn't you have just agreed to some of her demands?
Are you joking? All that money? It was crazy. She wants so much stuff and she wants it right now.
But we don't want Mom to be unhappy. We could at least buy some jewelry for her. I know she'd appreciate that.
We can spend some money on her when the time is right, but I really don't think she should just come to me with a big list of demands. I mean, yes, sure, we are family, but this money is something I inherited. If we're going to discuss about how to use the money, I would want to discuss it with you first. You're my wife, my immediate family, not her. She was talking about buying a new house for God's sake. That's not something she should be suggesting. And what about her thoughts on letting you quit your job?
I think Mom has a good point, though. Buying a house for her would be good. We could put it under my name so it's easier for transition later if we need it. And my job. I mean, I like it, but you know my dream is to have my own photo studio. Plus, Mom's getting older. It would be good to stay around with her. The money now is there for all of us to spend, right? I mean, we are a family, and if we know it's going to make us all happy, why not do it?
I know that the money is for all of us. I'm not denying that. I'm happy to share it between family members. It's just the way she came to me demanding things. There was so much, and she sounded so entitled about it. I wish she'd be a bit more respectful and give me, or at least you and me, some time to discuss things first. Look, my father faced a life of hardship to get to where he was in life. I don't want to betray his effort by spending his hard-earned money on a whim. I was thinking of maybe saving the money for our kids when we have them. You know, for education and stuff. My father essentially saved the money for his kid, me. So why not keep that thought and pass it on to our kids? We're all living a fairly good life now with no financial problems. Let's keep it like that. Humble and nice.
Sure, babe. That's a nice thought, but who knows when we will have kids? I mean, we can spend a bit of the money you inherited. It shouldn't hurt, right? She just wants a new home and a good vacation. How expensive can it be?
But why does she want that house now? And really, why should it be under your name? What's that all about?
Why do you need to think about this? I don't know why she wants to do that, but what does it matter anyway? Why should we argue over these minor details? It's nothing. We're family anyway. Are you worried about a divorce or something? Do you think we're going to run off with your money? Do you think we're going to scam you or something? After inheriting so much money, are you going to become a douchebag?
Wait a minute. Hold on now. Why are you suddenly getting all offended? I'm not accusing you of anything. Is it so hard for you guys to wait a bit and think of other options?
Well, now I can see what Mom was so upset about. Looks like you don't want to share that money and keep it all for yourself.
What? No. Like I said, why not keep it for our kids? We're good as we are now. If we really need it, we can use it. And if you really want to start your own business, by all means, we can figure something out. Let's draw a business plan first and make sure the invested money will come out good.
See, again, you're just trying to buy time. You're making excuses to not spend that money.
I'm not. I'm fine to spend it. I just want to sit down and draw out a plan. I mean, those new apartments that your mom is talking about. That neighborhood has always been trying to catch investors, but never has been able to succeed. A photo studio sounds great, but not around your mom's neighborhood where the majority are elderlies. Having a place in the city makes more sense, but you will need to find a way to be competitors.
I think it's all excuses. You had no family when we started dating, and now you have. You should be more willing to do things for us. You know it's the right thing to do. We've done so much to help you feel included until now. And I think now is the time for you to return the favor. You've suddenly come across a lot of money, and you should really help us out with it. If your attitude doesn't change, I don't know how long this marriage is going to last. If we get divorced, then you'll have to give half of the money to me.
What? Divorce? Is it really heading that way? All I'm asking for is a bit more time to think about how we spend the money. That's it.
Well, I think you're being stingy and selfish. You haven't been talking to me properly for days now either. I bet you're thinking of a way to stash away that money from us.
What? Really? Sophie, are you seriously accusing me of being selfish after losing my father a week ago?
You could at least give a promise about buying something for us. Even a little bit, like upgrading our seats to Hawaii or something.
I can't believe this. I thought you would take my side and think this was not the appropriate time to discuss monetary matters. I guess I was mistaken. You and your mom are just acting like entitled, selfish gold diggers at this point.
How dare you? You take that back.
No, I won't. Because ever since you two learned about the inheritance, you've been talking about it. Come to think of it, you were only worried about the money that he was planning to give. You never offered to even comfort me after my father's funeral. You only kept asking about the money and the discussions with Richard.
Well, that's certainly not how I would put it. I was equally shocked about your dad and even came to pick you up from the airport.
Yeah, that one time. Ever since that day, the only thing I've been hearing from you is, "When are you meeting the lawyer? How much are we getting? When are we getting it? Let's upgrade our vacation." You're unrecognizable, Sophie. I thought of you as a thoughtful and caring person. I would say you're the one that changed after this inheritance money. You and your mom.
I am thoughtful and caring. I'm thinking about my mom's happiness. She's getting old. She deserves to have things while she can. Since you lost your mom at an early age and didn't have a dad around, maybe it's difficult for you to understand how much a parent's happiness means to someone.
Wow. At this rate, I think you're right. There is no way we can stay together anymore. I can't believe you just said that after I just lost my father. No, wait, forget about my father. But the audacity for you to say that after all the things I did for your mom. I hate to bring it up and remind you about this, but who was the one who bought those damn tickets to Hawaii and booked a hotel for her birthday?
You! But with your miles!
The miles was used on our tickets, not hers. And do I have to remind you of the other presents I got her for her birthdays before?
We gave those together.
No, we did not. I bought all of those as our gift because we are family. Because as a married couple, I didn't think we needed to separate me and you. But after seeing your attitude, I don't think I can stay as us anymore. We're done. Let's get a divorce. And I'm not giving you any of that money. This is my father's hard-earned money. You and your mom don't deserve a single nickel.
That's what you think. But since we were married when you inherited that money, half of it will come to me. All assets of a married couple have to be split evenly, right? So be my guest. Let's file the divorce. At least this way we can use $10 million any way we want without listening to your stupid excuses.
Fine. Let's see how it goes. But don't come running to me if it doesn't go your way.
I just heard from Sophie. What is the meaning of this divorce nonsense? I know that money can change people, but not to this extent. You must be mad to let my daughter go. Can't you get a hold of yourself?
Money sure has changed the both of you as far as I can see.
How dare you accuse us of being gold diggers? After all those years spending time together, that's all you've got to say to us. All my daughter wanted was for me to be happy. That's it. You could have just said yes and be done with it. You still would have had plenty of money left.
Sorry, but I think our relationship has gone beyond repair, Dorothy. All those years were wonderful, but you and Sophie have ruined it by showing your true colors.
How rude. And here I was trying to play the Cupid and put you two together again. Fine. Then be gone with you. Half of your assets will come to Sophie anyway. It should be more than enough for us to get a decent house.
Not sure how decent your house is going to be with the assets she will get. She may get something from the house we live in now, but nothing from the inheritance money. And just so you know, the house we live in now with Sophie, most of the mortgage is coming from me. So she may not be even getting half of the value of our place.
Oh, poppycock. I know what will happen with this divorce, and mark my words, half of all your assets will come to Sophie, including that inheritance money. Anything you gain during marriage must go to Sophie as well.
Sorry, Dorothy, but I can't waste much more time talking with you. The divorce papers will be filed soon, and hopefully we will have a clean and fast divorce. You won't have to worry about acting all nice to me anymore.
Good riddance. As soon as we are done with you, we will use the money to spend quality time as mother and child. I'm sure Sophie will find a true gentleman next time. Someone who will fly over and do anything for us to be happy.
Good luck with that.
So when is the payment happening? I still don't see any transfer into my bank account.
I'm working on it now with Richard. He will be getting in touch with all of us soon.
Hurry up! I want to be done with this and move on already.
There are a few more details that Richard needs to get sorted, then we're done.
Fine, just let him know to hurry up.
Hi, so I just wanted to say all is done. Assets have been shared.
Derek, where is the money? Sophie has yet to receive her share of the amount.
I just checked my bank account, but I don't think everything's been shared.
What are you talking about? All the value of our house, as well as the other assets we own together, has been shared as agreed.
No, it has not!
Oh, well, what have I missed?
Why are you pretending you don't know? You owe me half of your wealth. It's pretty obvious the $20 million you inherited hasn't been shared.
Ah, I thought you would ask about that. That's why I included Richard to our chat. Richard, could you kindly explain what's going on? Hello, everyone. As you know, I'm the one who has been handling the inheritance matter as well as helping Mr. Derek through this divorce.
Yes, we know all that. Now hurry up and explain when we will be expecting our money.
Of course. Now, with this divorce, the property that Mr. Derek and Miss Sophie owned in common will be shared. That means that the house will be split between the two of you as well as the car, etc.
What about all the other money? What's going to happen to that? How much of that are we going to get?
That money was inherited and therefore is not to be shared between the parties who are getting divorced. The laws only apply to money that the couple earned during their marriage, and it doesn't include the inheritance. That money was inherited exclusively to Mr. Derek and unfortunately can't be shared with you. Unless there are other reasons for Mr. Derek to think otherwise, he has no obligation to share that money.
Now, wait 1 minute. They were married when he inherited that money. She has as much right to have that money as Derek does.
Unfortunately not. That money was meant to be passed on to Mr. Derek by his father.
No, this can't be happening. You're joking, right?
Did you really expect my dad's money would go to you? I told you that this would happen, but you didn't believe me. You made your mistake and now you'll just have to live with it.
No, you can't do this to me, Derek!
You can't leave my daughter like this. How is she supposed to survive?
Derek, I didn't tell you because I was afraid you would try to stick with me because of it, but I'm pregnant, Derek.
Yes! You need to give her money, Derek. Richard, in this case, since Sophie is pregnant with Derek's child, wouldn't she be entitled for child support?
Well, if the child is born and is really Mr. Derek's, then yes, Miss Sophie may have the rights for child support. That's all bull. There's no way in hell you're pregnant.
I'm not lying!
Then show me some evidence that you're pregnant. And if you are, we are definitely going to get a DNA test done to make sure that child is mine. After seeing how you two reacted, I know that you will do anything to get my father's money.
I am not doing a DNA test. It would be too risky for her pregnancy.
There is always the option to do it after the birth if Miss Sophie is high at risk. But I must warn you that under these circumstances, trying to avoid a DNA test is futile.
But I know it's Derek's.
Sorry, Sophie, but that's not enough because I have huge doubts about it.
Come on, Derek. It's just half of what you have. You will still have 10 million. That's more than enough for a single man.
Ah, so this pregnancy talk was a sorry trick up your sleeve? Sorry, Soph, but you'll just have to make do with what you have. You and your mother aren't getting anything more from me.
Wait, let's talk this over, Derek. We took things a bit too rash and jumped into conclusions too fast. You can have all the time you need to think about how to use your dad's money. Heck, I'm all in on saving it for our future children. Let's do that. After some thought, it makes sense. Especially after getting pregnant.
I've had enough of this conversation. I'll be closing the chat group soon. Hope you all stay happy together. Bye. The two of them understood the situation too late. They thought they were going to get a huge payout of this divorce, but thanks to Richard's work, it never happened. And on top of that, they tried faking a pregnancy to get an excuse for more money. Richard mentioned that I could actually sue them for fabricating a pregnancy and for fraud. At first, I thought it would be going too far and thought it was their last desperate excuse to be heard. But they kept bringing it back up to me again and again, saying Sophie was pregnant. And guess what? Sophie turned out to be pregnant. We ended up going to court, but the judge was on my side and forced Sophie to take a DNA test. It turned out that she was cheating on me while I was on business trips and had a baby with some random guy. That was why they leapt on the chance to get a house under Sophie's name. It was shocking. And after that trial, I had nothing to say to them. I think finally they felt ashamed of what they did and left me alone. Especially after I threatened them about suing them for fraud. Right now, as far as I know, they're living together in Dorothy's old house. Sophie gave birth, but is now struggling to provide for 3. It seems like she's working double time to get by since her mom's too old to work. I doubt they will be able to go on a vacation to Hawaii anytime soon. I feel sorry for the kid, but at this point, Sophie is all to blame. I am still deciding what I'll do with all the money I inherited. I think I might use it to help people in need. I especially want to help children who have lost a parent. I feel like there aren't enough institutions to help with kids going through trauma after losing a parent. I know my father would have appreciated me using the money in this way.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Barb, you're gonna be at home until 4 this afternoon, right?
I was actually going to go out after I finish eating. I was thinking about leaving in an hour or so. Why? Is something the matter?
Okay, well go ahead and cancel all of your plans right now. Just stay at home today, alright?
Wait, what? Why? I don't understand.
My mom told me that she's sending us some fruits and it should be arriving today. I need you to be at home to receive the package, okay? They have to go into the fridge right away.
But I have a doctor's appointment. I was going to have some more tests run on me today. I already have the appointment made. I can't just sit at home waiting for the mailman.
Well, I'm afraid that you really don't have any choice. I'm sure that it shouldn't be long for you to wait, but you should just reschedule with the doctor right now anyways.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I guess I can do that.
Besides, I really don't think that you even need to go see a doctor anyway. You seem to be pretty healthy to me. I don't think that there's anything you need to worry about. I really don't think that you know what you're talking about with this sickness.
But the doctor said that I need to watch my health or else I could get really sick. I'm just trying to think about my health here is all. We both need to be watching our health, don't you think?
Well, don't worry. I'll go ahead and do that for you. You have nothing to worry about at all.
Well, it just seems to me like you've been going out drinking a lot lately and you're always coming home so late.
I know what I'm doing. I drink as a means to release stress from my job. You wouldn't get it at all, but I know my body, alright?
But you're also spending so much money when you go out. I was doing our accounts for this month and I was really surprised. We wouldn't be able to pay for everything if it wasn't for my part-time job.
Well, all that matters is that it's paid off right now, right?
No, that isn't all that matters. What are we going to do in the future? How are we supposed to save if you keep spending like this? I'm really worried about our finances too.
If you're worried about saving money, then how about you start cutting back on your spending, huh? I'm the only one who spends money here. In fact, I'm the one going to work to do my best to make sure we always have enough to live comfortably. Don't you complain to me about money.
But I also work. Plus, when I'm not at work, I'm at home taking care of the house all day.
Well, no, duh, you're the wife. Your job is to take care of the house. It's just that simple. Don't act so high and mighty.
I don't really think that's fair, though. I don't want to be the only one doing the chores.
Oh, please. It isn't even like you work that hard. You only work part-time. Why don't you just talk to me when you make more money than me?
But you were the one who asked me to quit my last job when we got married. Of course, I'm thankful that you work so hard for the both of us every day, but I just wish that you'd acknowledge my hard work too.
What hard work are you even talking about right now?
I'm talking about my part-time job and taking care of the house. Plus, you always get so mad at me if I go to bed before you.
Well, that's because you're not even working that hard. What are you even doing while I'm out of the house? Whatever it is, it's probably nothing compared to the work that I do.
But I go into work 6 days a week.
Okay, and what is your point? It's still just a part-time job. Do you make more than me or no? It's as simple as that.
But if I wasn't working, then we wouldn't have enough money. Your finances would be in the red.
Well, then it sounds to me that this is all your fault, isn't it? You need to learn how to save better. And don't start up again about going back to work. You hear me?
But why not? I want to go back to work.
Because if you worked full-time, then you wouldn't be able to cook. You would slack off on your cleaning, and you would use your work as an excuse to get out of all sorts of things. If you want to go back to work, you need to learn to be a perfect housewife for me first.
Fine. Hey, Bob, are you there? There's something that I think we should talk about.
Don't you know that I'm at work? Can't this wait until I get home?
But you're probably going to come home really late again tonight. Besides, this isn't something I think we should talk about while you're drunk. This is really, really important.
Okay, fine. Just tell me what you want.
Well, I went to the doctor's today to have my exams.
And what did they say? Can you finally stop going?
Well, not exactly. I've been diagnosed with cancer. Breast cancer, to be exact.
Oh, really? You have cancer? Damn, that is pretty crazy.
That's right. The doctor is saying that I'll have to get surgery as soon as possible. I'm going to be in the hospital from next month.
Next month? So basically 2 weeks from now? Can't you just put it off a little more?
I need to get this over with as soon as I can. The doctor says that the longer I wait, the more the cancer progresses. If I don't get this done soon, I could die.
But you're basically fine right now, then? Like, you're not actually about to die anytime really soon, right?
Bob, what are you talking about? How can you ask me something like that?
Well, I'm just worried about what I'm gonna eat. And who's gonna keep the house clean and do all of the washing? Do you expect me to do that all myself?
I don't even know what to say. Can't you just take care of yourself for a while as I go through all of this? I'm seriously ill. Don't you understand that?
But I'm too busy with work. I don't have time to do all of that stuff. Anyways, it's your sickness and your surgery, so I don't really see why that should have to affect me.
Bob, the doctor said that I really might not have long to live. Doesn't that worry you?
But you said you can get surgery for it and you'll be fine. I don't get what the big deal is.
That isn't the point, Bob. Besides, there is no guarantee that the surgery will work and that I will get better. I just told you that I have cancer and all you can do is think of yourself.
Hey now, that isn't fair at all. I mean, you don't even look that sick to me. I just think you're over-exaggerating. But anyways, what am I supposed to do while you're in the hospital?
How about you just hire a maid or something like that?
Are you out of your mind? You want me to let some complete stranger into our house? They would just steal all of our stuff. Is that what you want?
I think there are trustworthy services out there who make sure that the employees don't do that. I don't think you need to be worried.
I really just can't believe you right now. So how long are you going to be in the hospital then? It isn't going to be too long, is it?
I think it's going to be at least 10 days.
10 days? Oh, I don't have enough shirts to last 10 whole days. Go out to the store and make sure that I have enough supplies to last the whole time. You can just put the rest in the freezer for me.
Okay, I think that I can do that. Is that all you need?
Oh, well, if you don't mind me adding more to that list, then make sure you buy some more soap and shampoo for me too. Plus, brand new towels.
No, Bob, that isn't what I meant. I mean, is there anything else you want to say to me now that I've given you all this news? No caring words of encouragement or anything?
Oh, yeah, good luck with the surgery or whatever, I guess. Is your surgery or whatever finally over with? When are you gonna come home?
I'm not sure yet.
What do you mean you're not sure? You said that it would only be 10 days. What happened? How can you not know? The whole house is getting filthy without you here to clean it, and all of the laundry is piling up too. What am I supposed to do if you're not here?
I see. Well, that is just too bad, isn't it?
Do you really think that you can just get out of doing your housework just because you're a little sick? I won't let you get away with that, you know? You're gonna do all of the housework that you got out of when you come back home.
Well, I don't know when that's going to be. In fact, I don't think I will be coming home or leaving this hospital. I think you'll just have to take care of yourself.
What do you mean you're not gonna be leaving the hospital? Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
What do you think it means, Bob?
But I thought that you had your surgery. Aren't you all better now? Was your sickness that bad?
Now you suddenly care about whether my surgery went well or not?
But you just said it was in your breast. How is cancer there supposed to kill you? I don't get what the big deal is.
Are you serious right now? This is cancer that we're talking about. There is no way that it was anything but serious.
I really don't get it. Are you in an advanced stage of the cancer or something? I really don't get how it works. You need to explain to me what's going on. You can't just expect me to be an expert or something.
I just really don't think that I have anything else to say to you, Bob. Anyways, there isn't anything the doctors can do for me now.
Oh, wait, no, you have to talk to me. I don't understand what's going on.
Do you even remember how you were treating me when I told you about my diagnosis? Why would I want to talk to you after that?
But I thought that things would go back to normal after you had your surgery. I thought that you would just go back to cleaning the house. I thought that that would have been what you wanted.
Well, I'm sorry that you've been so mistaken, but that isn't what I want at all. All I want to do now is just enjoy what time I have left.
Which hospital are you in? Tell me now.
And just what do you think you're going to do with that information, huh?
I'm your husband and I have a right to know where my wife is. Well, you can't just drop a bombshell on me like that. I'm worried about you.
I really just don't believe you. Goodbye, Bob. I'll message you again after I've settled down.
Barb, what is the meaning of all of this? I just had some divorce papers delivered to the house. Did you send these?
What do you think those papers could possibly mean? You and I are through, Bob.
What, because you're dying? Is that why? That's horrible. How could you do this to me? I was really worried for you when you told me that your surgery failed.
If only you'd shown even an ounce of worry before I had the surgery.
Is that what this is about? You're mad that I wasn't worried in the correct way, so you want a divorce? Is that what's going on here? You have got to be kidding me. What do you want? An apology from me or something?
This isn't a threat against you or anything like that. I just genuinely want to divorce you.
So, you're serious about all of this? I don't believe it.
Well, it is, and there's nothing that you can do about it now.
But why? I don't understand what I even did. You can't do this to me.
If you really don't know what you've done now, then I'm afraid you'll probably never realize even if I bother to tell you. But I'm tired and I can't deal with you anymore.
You're tired? What is that supposed to mean? Tired of what?
I'm tired of being married to you. Tired of cleaning up after you. Tired of being forced to work a part-time job and being belittled for it. If it wasn't for my contributions, then you wouldn't even be able to pay your bills. And despite the fact that I work and take care of the house, all you ever do is complain. I just can't go on living my life like this anymore.
Is that what this is about? The money? You shouldn't even worry about that. Are you actually this upset about the money from your job?
I'm upset that I gave you money to pay off your debts and didn't get one word of thanks. Not one word of worry about my cancer. All you do is think about yourself. I mean, you don't even know what hospital I'm in.
Well, I thought that everything would be fine. I thought the surgery was a success.
Bob, they had to remove one of my breasts.
Wait, are you serious about that? I had no idea.
I tried telling you, but you just weren't even listening to me when I did. You were never interested at all in what I was going through. I was suffering the whole time I was in the hospital and even before, and you never once cared.
Please, Barb, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for not showing more concern.
Well, it is far too late to apologize for that now. I also know that the reason why you come home late most nights is because you're seeing another woman from your office. I know that that's where you've been spending all your money. I just want to divorce you now so that the two of you can live happily without our marriage hanging over your heads. And also because I don't want to be with someone who cares so little for me.
Oh, wait, no, Barb, please. Can't we just talk about this in person? We can't just get divorced like this. It isn't fair. What am I supposed to tell my parents? They can't know about my affair. It'll ruin my reputation.
I'm sure they'll understand after I talk with them. Maybe I'll go and reach out to them right now.
Just wait. Don't do that, please. You know that my mom is weak and frail. There's no way that she could take a shock like that. All you'll be doing by telling her that is kicking her when she's down.
And that's why I shouldn't divorce you? You do realize that this whole thing is your fault, don't you? I'm sorry, but this has nothing more to do with me. I can't wait on you hand and foot any longer. I have my own life to live. I don't care what happens to you after this, Bob.
Okay, fine. I get it. Let's just all take a deep breath and calm down. I think we're both getting a little hot-headed. We should just step back and approach this in a calm and cool manner. I think we just need to talk this out.
Oh, I am very, very calm right now, though.
I always thought that you always wanted to work part-time. I always thought that you only wanted to work part-time. I never knew that you wanted to go back to work. But now that you don't have a job, what are you going to do after we get divorced and you don't have any money? How are you supposed to go on living?
I don't need to work anymore. I'm going to move in with my parents and start living with them.
Well, did you tell your parents about what's happened between us? Do they know too? Look, I just really don't think that we should get divorced right now. It's a bad time.
And just why is that?
Well, you just lost your breasts, right? I mean, who's gonna marry you after that? Who is gonna love a girl like you?
You didn't give a damn about me before I had my surgery, but now you're worried about who I'm gonna be with after our divorce? Don't make me laugh.
But that's because I'm different. I don't care if you don't have boobs anymore. I promise not to look down on you because of this surgery.
I don't really give a single damn what you think about me. You already looked down on me more than enough before we even realized that I was sick, you piece of trash. You can find someone else to complain to about all the work they do for you. I just hope that you two make each other happy.
I thought I was doing what you wanted. I promise that's all that I thought I was doing.
What are you talking about?
I just thought you liked taking care of the house. I thought that you liked taking care of me. I thought you were grateful that I pushed you to quit your job and work part-time.
I never once wanted any of that, and I told you in no uncertain terms.
I'm sorry. I guess I was mistaken. I am so sorry for all the mistakes that I've made. And I'm so sorry for not showing my concern properly when you told me about your diagnosis. I just really thought that you would be okay. I never took you for granted.
Oh, please. It's way too late to try and sweet-talk your way out of this now. You only don't want a divorce because you're too embarrassed to tell your parents. You just want someone who will cook clean and do the washing for you. Well, I've had it. I'm not doing that anymore.
No, it isn't like that, I promise. It isn't like that at all. You've got me all wrong, Barb. Please, you don't understand. You're not letting me talk. Please, let's just meet in person and I can explain everything to you, I promise. You can't just do this to me. You need to let me say my piece.
Look, The fact is that I don't love or even care about you anymore, Bob. If you can't understand that, then I don't know what to say to you.
Please, don't say that. You don't know how much that hurts me. What am I supposed to do without you? I need you in my life.
I don't care how much it hurts you. I am doing things for your sake. That has been my whole life since we got married. You only cared about yourself and how my surgery was going to affect you. You were never once concerned for me.
But I said good luck. I said good luck with your surgery, remember? Scroll up and you can see the text there.
Do you really expect me to even dignify that with an answer? I don't care what you said. I know that you didn't care about me at all. How many years have I been taking care of you, huh? And yet all you've done is take and take and take from me until I had nothing left to give.
Barb, I am so sorry. Please, forgive me.
It's far too late to apologize now. I'm sure that you would have been more than happy to move on if the surgery hadn't been successful. I have a lot to think about now, but I know that I'm never going to get back together with you.
So you mean there really isn't any chance that we'll get back together at all? Oh, please don't do this. Please don't divorce me. How am I supposed to live without you? I need you. I can't do anything without you.
Well, I guess you'll just have to learn how to take care of yourself then, won't you?
Please, I am so sorry. I realized that what I did was bad. I need you to forgive me, please. I don't want to live all by myself. You can't do this to me.
I have already made up my mind. We are through. I don't need or want you in my life anymore. Goodbye, Bob. After that, Bob refused to sign the divorce papers and fought me every step of the way during the divorce process. He finally assented and signed the papers after I talked to his parents. I made sure that he paid for his affair during the alimony settlement. Bob's parents were furious with him for what he put me through and for his lack of concern for me. Last I heard, they completely cut Bob out of their life. Without anyone to support him, he began taking out heavy loans and driving himself further and further into debt. I hear that he had to move into a tiny apartment and works tirelessly trying to pay down his debts. I blocked him on everything though, so all I've heard are rumors. As for me, the doctors were very, very worried about me, even after my surgery. They thought that I had no chance of recovery and that I was surely going to die soon. And yet, after returning to live with my parents, I began to recover rapidly. The doctors were shocked and said they'd never seen anything like it. Before long, I was able to find a job, and now I feel like I've been given a second chance at life. I dedicated years of my life to serving another person. Now I'm going to make sure that I reclaim that time doing what I want and living for myself. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Honey, you really should go and eat something now, Eva. You'll collapse if you go without food for any longer.
I just can't bring myself to swallow anything. I just feel nauseous and empty.
Even so, you need to force yourself to eat at least something, even if it's just 1 or 2 bites. Your mom wouldn't be happy knowing that you didn't have a single bite to eat at her wake, you know.
How am I supposed to carry on living now? My dad passed away when I was still just a kid, so I barely remember him. For as long as I can remember, it's just been me and her against the world. I looked up to her and relied on her for everything. Now that she's gone, what am I supposed to do?
You really were close to your mom, weren't you, honey? But remember that you're not alone, okay? You have me, and I promise to support you through thick and thin. And I'll be here for you to lean on when things get tough.
Thank you so much. I don't even want to think about how lonely and lost I'd be feeling right now if I didn't have you.
Eva! Come on over here and have something to eat. I want to see you eat at least one thing before I leave.
Thank you so much for all your help organizing the funeral and the wake, Camilla. I really couldn't have done it without you.
There's no need to thank me. We're all one big family. Of course I needed to do my part. Come on, come sit next to me and at least have a nibble on one of these finger sandwiches. We can't have you fainting on us now, can we?
I suppose you're right. I'll try my best to eat something.
Now, don't you go falling into despair on me, okay? I understand that you're devastated at the loss of your dear mother, but you don't need to worry about being alone anymore, okay? My son and I are both here for you.
Thank you so much.
I'll make sure to talk to keep your aunts and uncles engaged. So go and sit with my mom and have some food, okay, honey?
Leave her to me. I'll take care of her.
It really hasn't fully sunk in yet. I can't believe that my mom is no longer with us.
I know exactly what you mean. I feel like she'll come through the door with a Tupperware container full of home cooking for us at any minute. It really is strange to think that we're never going to hear her laugh again. But whenever you want to visit her, I'll come with you to her grave. If you like, we can even go every weekend and leave some flowers if that will help you with the grieving process.
Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. But I think that it will be best for me not to go too often, because that will make it harder for me to transition back into normal life.
Then let's wait until you feel like you're ready then. You can lean on me for support as long as you need to, okay?
Thank you, honey. My mind is a little all over the place, so please do forgive me if I'm a little bit clumsy or forgetful.
Well, it's only understandable. You've been through a lot over the past few weeks. We're a team and we will get through this together, okay? We promise to spend the rest of our lives together, and that means helping each other through the darkest of days. There's no need to ask for me to forgive you just for slipping up a little, silly.
Are you sure?
Of course. I will do my best to make things as comfortable as possible for you whilst you're grieving.
You really do always know when to say the right things. I'm very lucky to have you.
Just let me know whatever you need, whenever you need it, and I'll make sure it's done, okay?
Hi, Camilla. It's so nice of you to come over.
How are you feeling these days? My son was telling me that you're still not able to eat properly.
Oh, was he? Well, it is true that I definitely can't eat as much as I normally do, but I do feel much better than I did a week ago. Working and keeping myself busy gives me something to focus on and helps me to forget everything that has happened. There are moments where I do really feel like I'm 100% my normal self again.
Well, that's just life, you know. People never experience grief the way they think they will experience it. It's not an extended period of sadness and then suddenly you're okay again. It comes and goes in waves. Sometimes life seems completely bearable and other times it hits you like a ton of bricks and all you can do is sit there and cry. And I've been through grief before, my child, and I can tell when somebody is faking being okay for the sake of others. It's all very well to do that with other people, but we're your family and there's no need to keep up appearances with us. You may be saying you feel fine, but your face says otherwise.
Is it really that obvious?
Yes, unfortunately it is. You look like a shell of yourself.
I thought I was doing well by eating a few bites here and there, but it's clearly not enough.
You know, I really feel like you shouldn't be on your own during this difficult time. Someone needs to be around to make sure that you're eating, sleeping, and functioning properly. If you're left on your own, I'm worried you might waste away into nothingness without anyone being able to do anything about it.
Huh? Oh, no, I really am doing okay.
Of course you're not doing okay. I should pop by at least once a day to check on you. Someone needs to be here to make sure you're still alive and well and that you haven't starved yourself to death.
That really won't be necessary. My husband is doing a good job of taking care of me.
But he has to spend most of the day at work, so how is he supposed to properly keep an eye on you? I'll come every day at around this time so that we can eat dinner together. That way you will have some company and I can make sure you're eating properly.
Oh, but I really will be fine.
Well, I'm certainly not going to stop worrying about you until I'm satisfied that you're doing okay again. Look at you! You can barely stand on your own 2 feet. Well, since I'm already here, I'll take care of dinner.
I'll help you.
No. You stay put for now. We can do things together from tomorrow onwards. After all, I showed up without any prior warning today and made all of these suggestions, so I'll be the one to take care of dinner for today.
Okay. Thank you.
Go on. Go and wash your hands and then go and sit up to the dinner table.
Honey?
Yes?
About your mom coming here every evening.
Oh, yeah. She said she's really happy about this new arrangement.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. My dad goes out drinking with his friends pretty much every evening, so she's always left to eat dinner by herself. She said coming over here to eat dinner has given her something to look forward to. And she says that eating dinner has finally become fun for her again.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did.
I see.
What were you going to say? You brought up my mom coming over in the evenings, and then I cut you off. My bad.
I feel really bad for her saying this, but to be honest, the whole thing makes me a little uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable? Why?
Because there are some days that I just want to go to sleep straight away after coming home from work. But instead, I have to be poised to help your mom prepare dinner.
Just take a rest whenever you feel like it. My mom is more than capable of preparing dinner by herself.
Well, it's easy for you to say that because she's your mom. But she's my mother-in-law, so I can't be as comfortable with her as you are. I wouldn't be okay just lying on the sofa while she does all the cooking and washing the dishes by herself. Even if we are technically family, to tell you the truth, I still feel as uncomfortable around her as if she were a stranger in my home.
It makes me a little sad to hear you say that. My mom thinks of you as her own daughter, you know. That's why it's no trouble for her to come here and make dinner for you. How can you say it makes you uncomfortable when she has nothing but the purest of intentions?
Of course, I'm thankful to her for being so considerate and wanting to do things for me. However, if the person on the receiving end feels burdened, it's not consideration. It becomes oppression.
Oppression? How can you say that my mom is oppressing you when she's going out of her way to come over here and help make food for you every day because she knows you're going through a hard time and wants to cheer you up? Don't you think that's a little harsh?
I'm sorry. It's just that I really don't feel like I can be comfortable in my own home because of her. And then at the weekend, she comes in the morning for breakfast and stays here all day long, which means I never get a moment to myself to relax.
Wow. You really?
I'm really sorry. You have a way with words, so can you please talk to her and ask her not to come anymore? Please, I'm begging you. You said that you wanted me to feel better as soon as possible, and that will only be able to happen if I have the time I need to rest.
I really am disappointed in you for saying these things. But since you really seem to want this, I'll try and find a way. I'll talk to my mom in the nicest way possible and make sure her feelings don't get hurt. I'll have a think about the best way to do this, and it may take a little time.
Thank you. As long as you're able to communicate everything I just said to you.
Okay.
Honey?
What is it?
Have you still not talked to your mom about her not coming anymore? How much longer do you expect me to wait for? If you're not able to tell her, I'll go ahead and tell her myself. I don't know whether she'll take it the wrong way and start a fight, but if she does, you can't go around saying it was my fault, okay?
No, I already talked to her.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
So why did she come over today as well?
Well, after talking to her about your relationship with her for a while, we decided that there would be a better way forwards than having her come and go every evening. I have a counter-proposal for you here.
A counter-proposal? What on earth are you talking about?
Let's have my mom come and live with us.
What?
You said you were uncomfortable around my mom. You said that even though you know she's technically family, you find it hard to actually see her as a fully fledged family member.
So?
Well, I brought this point up with my mom.
Wait a second. You actually went ahead and told your mom that I feel uncomfortable around her?
Yeah, it ended up slipping out.
Are you crazy? Why would you tell her that? You said that you were going to talk to her in a way that wouldn't hurt her feelings.
Well, she wasn't really that upset by it anyway, to be honest. She said that she feels like she could have done more for you to make you feel more comfortable around her, and she apologized for that.
She said from now on she's going to try harder to make that feeling of discomfort disappear.
So, what exactly are you saying here? That we just have your mom live with us full time?
Yes.
How can you suggest that?
Hear me out, okay? I think that all the moms of the world are pretty much the same. So I was thinking that my mom would be able to fill the void left by the loss of your mom. I'd really like it if you would start seeing my mom as your real mom from now on.
What did you just say?
Don't you think it's a good solution? If you keep avoiding her because you feel uncomfortable around her, then you're never going to be able to start seeing her as a family member. You need to get rid of that mindset.
You obviously missed the entire point of what I was saying. I asked you to get your mom to back off because I feel uncomfortable just having dinner with her. And now you expect me to spend all day every day with her?
Well, as soon as you start thinking of her as your real mom, I'm sure everything will change. You'll start becoming way more accepting of her. I'm sure of it. And then you'll start thinking less and less about your mom and you'll stop being sad. Getting closer to my mom will basically be killing two birds with one stone.
Killing two birds with one stone? Can you hear yourself? How ridiculous. I have no intention of having your mom come to live with us, just so I'm clear. So you'd better go and talk to her again and tell her that. We're doing perfectly fine, just the two of us.
Please, just give her a chance. We could have her live with us for a 1-month trial period.
I really don't even want to entertain the idea, to be honest. But if I talk to her myself, I don't think there's any way I can say it without sounding bad. So this time, please make sure that you explicitly tell her that I do not want her coming to live with us. And that's final.
Do you really dislike my mom so much that you can't appreciate everything she's been trying to do for us? Can't you be a little more grateful and a little more understanding towards her? My mom is doing her best to go out on a limb for you and to be understanding of your volatility due to your grieving.
You're just thinking about your mom here and you're failing to think about me at all. If you do want me to have a good relationship with your mom going forwards, then the best thing you can do is tell her that she's not going to be able to come and live with us.
But I told you before, my mom is not like other mothers-in-law. She's not going to nag you and force you to be doing chores all day long.
How can you be so sure of that? Nothing you say is going to persuade me to change my mind. So you had better go and persuade your mom to decide against living with us, okay? I know that she's happy when she spends time with us. But what's the use if only she's happy and I'm miserable?
I think you need to take some time to think about this properly. You're being way too emotional right now. You'll feel more like yourself after a good night's sleep. So think about it again in the morning on your way to work. You must understand that my mom and I came up with this whole idea for your sake.
But, honey…
I'm all done washing my face.
Honey! I wasn't finished talking!
You're late today.
Camilla, what are you doing here?
I'm going to be living with you from today onwards.
Excuse me?
Why are you acting so surprised? It's not like it's your first time hearing about this, is it? My son said he already talked to you about it.
Well, yes, and he should have also told you about my feelings on the matter.
Oh, yes, he did tell me that you said you didn't want me to come and live with you too.
So then, why are you here?
Well, my son and I decided between us that it would still be for the best for me to move in, regardless of your opinion. You're still not in your right mind after the loss of your mother. It's clearly difficult for you to make clear judgments and decisions at the moment. So I decided that as a family member, it would be best for me to be on hand to support you at all times.
Camilla, I'm so sorry, but I really don't think this arrangement is going to work out. And what about your husband? I'm sure he's not going to like suddenly having to live by himself.
Oh, he'll be much happier with me gone. Don't you worry about him. All our children have flown the nest already, and there's nothing left between us, to be honest. We just get on each other's nerves and get in each other's way. So living apart would be a blessing more than anything else.
Ah, I see. But still, this is a little,
Well, it's already been decided, and I've already brought all my luggage over, so there's not much you can do about it now. Now, show me which room I'm going to be sleeping in.
But still, I really don't think this is going to be comfortable for anyone.
What's the big deal? Do you think I'm going to give you a hard time? Is that it? I've always treated you as if you were my own daughter,
so I really don't know why you're still so uncomfortable around me. You should start thinking of me as your own mother as well, okay? It's really not that hard. Why do you have to be so fussy all the time?
Fussy?
Yes, you are quite fussy. When people do nice things for you, you should just accept them and say thank you. You need to learn how to act your age.
You're saying I'm being childish?
Don't you think you are being a little childish? I've been going out of my way to take care of you since your mom passed away, but all you do is whine that you don't have your space.
Camilla,
You do know that fussing over my children like this isn't easy for me at my age, right? But even so, I went out of my way to help you out from the goodness of my heart.
I did tell my husband to tell you that there really was no need for you to do that.
Well, I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I know that it's better for a grieving person to live in a household with more people in it, so that they can have more distractions and be able to forget about the person who died much quicker.
What?
So for the sake of your mental health and everyone else's, I think that it will be best for you to do as I say from now on. Let's start with a spot of cleaning, shall we? Go and get the trash bags and the vacuum cleaner ready. Oh, and also it looks like there's a bunch of your stuff stored in the spare room. So if you would be so kind as to move that so I can move in, that would be great.
I think it will be best to leave everything as it is for now and talk about this again when my husband gets home from work.
Why do you have to insist on being so stubborn? Did you act like this to your mother when she was alive as well?
Excuse me?
It seems like your poor mother, God rest her soul, had more of a handful to deal with than I thought. I came here to act as your new mom, so even if it bothers you, you're going to need to put up with it. And I'll make sure to fix all these bad habits of yours as well.
Is she out of her mind? So I guess both my husband and my mother-in-law have decided it's their way or the highway.
Hey, wake up!
What?
We need to make breakfast!
Breakfast?
Shh! You're going to wake my son up! Come out as quietly as you can and join me in the kitchen. We have lots to do today, you know.
Ugh, so annoying.
What? What did you just say to me?
Mom, I want to sleep some more. Go make breakfast by yourself, Mom. I've been working all week and I'm tired.
What?
Whereas you spend all your time sitting around at home doing nothing. Doing the chores every now and then is the least you can do.
What on earth has gotten into you?
Shh, let me go back to sleep.
You'd better get up this instant.
Shh, be quiet. You're the one who said you didn't want to wake up your precious baby boy. If he wakes up now, it's on you. It's nothing to do with me. It will be your fault for being so noisy first thing in the morning, Mom.
Hey!
Anyway, he got really drunk and came home late last night, so I don't think he's going to be waking up until at least midday. There's no point in making breakfast if there's nobody to eat it now, is there? You might as well just make some porridge and shove it in the fridge for when he wakes up. Or just leave him to grab some cereal or yogurt.
Are you really going to keep talking to me like that?
Oh, actually, now I started talking about it, I really fancy having some porridge. Can you make me some as well?
Are you getting up or not?
Of course not. I'm going back to sleep. Neither of us are going to be eating until at least lunchtime, so don't wake me up again. Ugh, all this nagging is so annoying.
Did you just say that I'm annoying?
Mom, just get out already!
Oh my goodness! I can't believe this! Hey, your father-in-law said he wants to eat lasagna today. Can you go to the supermarket and get the ingredients for me?
No, I don't want to. It's such a waste of my time.
Do you have any idea how stressful going out is for me unless it's to do with work? What?
It looks like you're getting a little chubby there, Mom. So why don't you go to the supermarket? You could do with the exercise.
How dare you speak to me like that?
I don't know why you're so upset, Mom. You told me to treat you as if you're my real mom, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I haven't lived with my mom since I went to college when I was 18, and right now I'm acting exactly how I did when I lived with my mom as a teenager. Aren't you glad that I'm doing what you asked me to do?
What did you say?
Did you say you wanted to make lasagna for your husband? If that's what he wants, why don't you just go and buy a frozen one and just stick it in the oven? That should be good enough, right?
I can't believe what I'm hearing come out of your mouth. Are you going to stop this already or what? Has losing your mom made you go completely crazy?
I'm perfectly sane, thank you very much. I'm just doing what you said and treating you as if you were my real mom. That's all. Why are you so angry when I'm giving you what you wanted? Honestly, you say one thing but mean another.
She must be crazy. That's the only explanation for this blatantly insolent behavior.
Oh, so you're throwing things around the room in a rage now, are you? Is this how a mother is supposed to set an example for a child?
How can I not react when you're behaving so awfully towards me? It's clear that you grew up fatherless, considering your lack of manners. I had no idea you were this disrespectful to your elders.
Was it not just yesterday that you told me to treat you as if you were my real mother? All I'm doing is playing my role of daughter. If you didn't want to be treated this way, then why on earth did you come and impose in our house?
My son has assured me that I am not imposing.
You don't actually care about me, do you? You just want to be close to your precious baby boy at all times, so you used comforting me as an excuse to install yourself in our house. I can't even believe that you even went and said that I would get over the death of my mom if I just kept myself busy for a little while. Do you even think before words come out of your mouth?
How can you treat me like this when I helped to organize your mom's funeral and wake? Is this how you repay me for my kindness?
You did do that. I will acknowledge that. But then you treated the wake like a social function and were acting very inappropriately. Your laugh was the loudest in the entire room. You were practically drunk by the time it was over. Was it just a fun little party to you?
I was just trying to brighten the mood by celebrating your mom's life. And I was drinking to forget how upset I was over this great loss.
You really didn't seem like you were that sad to me, Camilla. I don't think you would have been behaving like that if it had been your son's wake, now would you? You wouldn't be drinking yourself silly and giggling like it's a party, would you?
Excuse me! Even if we're talking hypothetically, you shouldn't bring up your husband dying like that. You need to learn to be more respectful of him as well.
I was just drawing a comparison so you could see how I felt.
You really have gone too far. Let's see if you carry on talking like this when my son gets home. I'm going to call him and get him to come right this instant.
By all means, go ahead. I'm quite curious, actually. It will be interesting to see whose side he takes in this situation.
Are you out of your mind? Have you really been going out of your way to be rude to my mom when I'm not around?
Yes, I have. You told me to treat your mom as if she were my real mom, so I did.
What?
Do you not remember? You said that all moms in the world are basically the same, and that I should think of your mom as my mom from now on.
I didn't mean for you to treat her like this. I meant for you to be nice to her and get to know her a little more so that you can work towards having a closer relationship. I never told you to be outright rude to her face.
Well, I was just being realistic. There's no such thing as a child who always has a good relationship with their mom, is there? There are moments when children will lash out and be rude to their parents, even though they still love them. And then in turn, the parents will scold their children and complain about them. That's what real family dynamics are like.
I meant for you to treat her nicely and break down the walls between you so things would stop being awkward. I didn't mean for you to treat her exactly as if she were your real mom. Do I really have to spell it out for you? You should be able to understand these things at your age. Are you really unable to pick up on these kinds of simple nuances?
I understood perfectly what you were asking me to do, which is why I said no to having her move in with us. She's not my real mom, so why should I pretend that she is? Do you want me to be a sweet and obedient little daughter who does everything she's told? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but there's no such thing as a daughter who is like that all of the time. You're not able to be the perfect son to your parents all the time, are you? So don't expect someone else who isn't even related to them to be that perfect child.
The more I listen to you, the more I'm shocked by what comes out of your mouth. Do you always treat my poor baby boy like this? From the way you're talking, it sounds like you're pretty accustomed to being rude to him. You see what I've had to put up with, Mom? I couldn't say anything before because her mom was always watching me. But do you know how much stress I've been under?
God! So both you and your mother were giving my son a hard time, were you?
Okay, let me put things plain and simple for you. At the start of our marriage, my mom came to me saying she suspected that he was cheating on me. She kept a close eye on him because of that and wouldn't let him get away with anything so easily. I was going to just divorce him over this because I couldn't trust him anymore. But he begged me to give him one more chance, and I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. And so that's how we're still together today.
Don't you go making out that my son is the bad guy in all of this. If you had wanted to get a divorce back then, you should have done. It would have saved us from having to deal with you now. I had no idea that you were such a miserable and pathetic little woman. If I had known what you were like from the start, I would never have accepted you as my daughter-in-law.
You're talking as if you always treated me as if I was a queen, when the truth is far from it.
How dare you say that? I've always been nothing but nice to you. I've always been going out of my way to say nice things to you.
Ah, do you mean the few words of comfort you gave to me after my mom died? Is that what you're talking about? That level of being nice is nothing more than basic human decency. I'm sorry, but I've never once felt the sincerity you claim to have towards me. I just say thank you in response, but just because I said it doesn't mean that I really meant it. Just like your words. Just because you said them, it doesn't mean you really meant them.
What is wrong with you? How dare you talk to my mom like that? Apologize to her right this instant.
I'm so sorry. Is that good enough for you? Will apologizing really change anything about this situation? If apologizing will make your mom more compliant and easygoing, then I'll apologize 1,000,000 times over.
It seems that you really think of your old mother-in-law as some kind of joke, don't you? Did you just slap me? Yes, I just slapped you. You deserved it after all the awful things you just said.
Both of you have seriously crossed a line here. You've just passed the point of no return.
Get out of my house right now. What did you just say? And why is this your house?
Well, Mom, the thing is,
I got this house from my mom, so it's completely in my name. Did your precious baby son forget to tell you that important fact?
What are you going on about? Jeremy, is what she's saying true?
Well, yes. Honey, I'm sorry. I must have made a mistake at some point and misunderstood something.
Camilla, remember how you just slapped me? Well, I'm going to sue you and claim compensation for emotional damages. And as for you, Jeremy, you'd better get ready to pay me my alimony. The only thing I'm grateful for in this situation is that we don't have any kids to worry about in the divorce proceedings.
Wait a second, honey. Please don't be hasty. Let me send my mom home first and then we can talk properly. I must have had some kind of manic episode and gone temporarily crazy. I thought it would be easier to take my mom's side just because she was whining and screaming so much. But obviously I'm really on your side.
Jeremy! How could you?
You go home now, Mom. This is the end of us living together.
And this is the end of our marriage. I don't want to spend another minute married to a pathetic loser like you. After I chased my husband and mother-in-law out of the house that day, both of them started begging me to at least just take my husband back, promising that they would never bring up the idea of the three of us all living together ever again. But now I know that no matter what, the two of them can't be separated so easily, and I couldn't trust them to keep that promise. There was no way I was going to be able to put up with them anymore, so I packed all of their bags for them. I needed to show them that I wasn't all talk, and I really did go ahead and sue them. It was only then that my mother-in-law started to plead with me and take a more gentle approach. My mom always taught me to be careful of people like her who change their tune so easily, so I decided to be on guard with her. There really is a world of difference between a fake mother and a real mother. And what exactly are you doing here?
Oh, thank goodness. I finally get to talk to you properly. How could you have not come to see me all this time? Have you forgotten all about your old mother?
I asked you a question. What are you doing here?
Why else would I be here? It's the 1-year anniversary of your dear mother's passing today. I just thought it would be nice to come and see you today, since we're family and all.
Why are you acting like you care about me all of a sudden? And I am not part of your family in any way, shape, or form.
It's been a year since the divorce. How come you're still so bitter about everything? It's not good for you to harbor this much resentment in your heart, you know.
Just go home already. I don't want you even within a mile of my mom's grave, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to let you know that I don't hold any grudges against you anymore. All my emotional scars are healed, so I'm sure yours must be too. Can't you find it within you to forgive us? I'm sure you've had lots of time to reflect over the past year.
Excuse me?
Try not to get emotional and think about this rationally. And my poor son hasn't been able to get over you, you know. He hasn't been dating any other women in the hope that you'll come back to him one day.
Well, it's probably less that he doesn't want to and more that no women are interested in dating a guy like him. He's freshly divorced. He doesn't really earn that much money, and his family has nothing to their name either. What woman looking for a marriage partner would want someone like that?
Okay, you're right. You caught me out there. The truth is that since the divorce, no decent woman has wanted to have anything to do with him. He only gets attention from the trashy ones who don't have any money or property to their names and earn less than he does.
Ah, so that was what this is all about. You want to come crawling back to me because I'm pretty well off after receiving my mom's inheritance. It's not because your son is still pining for me or anything like that.
Why do you have to put it like that?
But I think you'll be out of luck, I'm afraid. I still have evidence of your son's infidelity, you know.
What? But he said that it wasn't really infidelity.
Well, we'll have to look into it properly then, won't we? I can create many more problems for you if I decide to sue for emotional damages caused by infidelity on top of everything else. Then your son will have the stigma of being a cheater attached to him as well as being a divorcee with no prospects. Is that what you want for him?
How could you? How could you be so cruel?
My mom always told me that if people are nasty to you, it's always okay to be nasty to them back. And if you're so worried about your son, you should be going out of your way to avoid me, you know?
What do you mean?
If you ever come here again, the next time you'll be seeing me after that is in the lawyer's office. This is a warning. You had better heed it.
Okay, fine, I'm leaving. Let's have nothing to do with each other from now on.
You were the one who came here in the first place? I would very much like that. Now please get out of my house. I was feeling a little unsatisfied still, even after the divorce. I was in so much of a rush to get it over with, I didn't even try and fight it out over his infidelity. My mother always told me to be strong. Now that I am alone after my divorce, I need her most. But her memory and the advice she gave me throughout my life are helping me now. Slowly, the pain of losing my mother is becoming milder, and I feel less sad remembering her. I'm taking it one step at a time, and I'm sure she'd be glad to see me being strong. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.